Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 13, episode 11. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So when the episode starts off, the girls are still in Ireland, which is great. I mean, does anybody else want to just grab your passport, credit card, and your best girlfriends and head off to Ireland? That place looks so beautiful. It's always been on my list of places to visit, but now I am really ready to go. Anyway, they're at a bar and Jackie chugs back a full glass of Guinness. Now listen, I just have never liked that beer. I don't know if it's because it's thicker, because it's sour. You know, it looks like it should be chocolate milk, but it's not chocolate milk. I mean, ooh. But you know what? I appreciate Jackie. I really do. You know, I love this Jackie, the Jackie that is happy to chug back a beer, the Jackie that is happy to have something to eat. I mean, I like this Jackie Mellencamp. Not enough to keep her on the show, though. Once Jackie has won the chugging competition, she inspires Jennifer Aiden to try to chug back some Guinness herself. She couldn't do it. I said maybe she should have tried a Michelob Light. I mean, I could probably chug back a Michelob or a Heineken, something real quick and easy. But no ma'am, not that Guinness. Jen Fessler tries to do it as well. Majority of it just went down the front of her shirt. I do have to say that when they were at the bar and they were just laughing and joking and throwing back drinks, it was really nice. It was fun. You know, that's some of the reason why we watch the show, to see the girls get along, to see them spend money, to see them go shopping. You know, it's always nice to have a little kiki between the girls. So that was nice. You know, they weren't, choking each other out and screaming and hollering and just acting, immature. So it was really nice. After they finished having all the drinks they could drink, they decided it was time to go back to the castle. So they get on the bus and everybody's all excited, talking about they're going to have an after party when they get back to the house. 30 minutes later, everybody's on the bus and knocked the hell out, mouths wide open. I said, yep, that sounds like me and my friends. We always have such good intentions. We're going to party till we can't stop. Yep, as soon as we sat down for 3 minutes at once, we are all asleep. I remember one time me and my girlfriends, we went on this 5-day trip to Vegas. And listen, it is so weird because when we are at home, we are moms, some of us are wives, we work full time and, we just do our thing and we drink on occasion. Certain occasions we'll have a little wine. Certain occasions, we'll throw back a few shots, But when we get to Vegas, it's almost as if we're not moms anymore and we don't have any responsibilities. We get to Vegas and we act up. Do you understand me? Like, we are drinking nonstop. We are shopping. We are partying. We're talking to strangers. We're having a good time. One time we drank so much, I almost drowned myself in a bowl of soup at Margaritaville. I mean, I couldn't hold my head up and my head just kept getting closer and closer to the bowl. And my friend had to pull my head back. And she's like, girl, you're almost inside of the bowl. And I said, oh my God. I mean, listen. Gosh, I love Vegas. Anyway, you guys, I did hear that BravoCon is going to be in Vegas this year. And I'm thinking about it. I am. I've already called up a few of my girls and said, hey, what you think? We'll see. Some of them are not as Bravo crazy as me. A couple of them have already said, we cannot do the Bravo. Anyway, moving on because this is not about me. The next morning, Melissa wakes up and she says that she did not sleep well. She could not sleep that great in that house. And I said, well, you know what? I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. She says that she took down those pictures. Now listen, I went to Italy for a couple of weeks with one of my best girlfriends and we ended up taking this tour and we spent the night in this little town and I think it was Aziza. I think that's the name of the town. It was a small village that housed like a monastery. And we stayed at this hotel that had all of these old-timey religious relics, hanging on the wall, and all these saints and everything, these hanging up in the bedroom of our hotel. And oh my God, I was nervous as hell. And it was scary for me. And I remember my best friend thinking that I was totally nuts, but I told her, I said, this hotel freaks me out and I can only be here just this one night. And I'm telling you, I could not sleep well. I tossed and turned. I was freaking out. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. It was too much. I don't know. Maybe it was the Lord telling me I need to act right. Probably. Gosh, I need to get right. Anyway, I'm not mad at Melissa at all. However, I did chuckle a little bit at Marge wearing that endorsed shirt. Now listen, Marge, you're going to keep on harassing Jennifer about not being endorsed by any brands. But as soon as the season is over, I bet there's going to be a lot of people that call her about endorsing their brands thanks to you trying to be rude and throwing it up at her face, which I thought it was completely hilarious when she finally came down for breakfast wearing that shirt. And then she told Jen, she said, well, I'm going to get one for you too. And Jen said, well, all I have to do is take off my bra and flash my headlights or something. I said, in other words, she's talking about those saggy boobs, Marge. I mean, seriously, endorsed. Get the hell out of here, girl. Now, when they were talking about that blood pudding, at first I was looking for some kind of pudding, but I actually think it was some kind of sausage or whatever. But it had pig's blood in it, and I can tell you I'll pass. I know y'all have to have some crispy bacon back there somewhere. That's the only way I like my pig, fry it up. I put a little barbecue sauce on it. But I don't want it. I would have never. That thing, Danielle came down there, she had it on her plate. And she found out what it was, she just left it on the plate. No, ma'am. I would have found me a nice fork to put that back where it was. No, thank you.
No.
Oh, enjoy.
No. I'm going to get these for you too, though.
Thank you. Can't wait.
She thinks she's so clever.
I'll just take off my bra and get some headlights.
My boobs are better and newer and firmer.
What is this? So this is black pudding? Yes. It's kind of like sausage.
It's blood pudding.
Yeah.
Blood? What's blood? Someone's blood? An animal's blood? Oh.
I actually had fun with Danielle last night.
I can't be that girl who doesn't tell my friends things. Danielle called her a rat.
What?
Well, when you tell on somebody, that's the slang that's used. It's the rat. It's made of pig's blood, FYI.
What?
I heard it's rat blood.
Why did you call me rat?
Because you did.
No. I didn't sit there and say, oh, Margaret, do you know that Danielle said this and Danielle said that?
But you did.
Did I run?
You've spoken behind my back when I've treated you nothing but nice.
This is me being very kind to her. And Danielle wants to judge me because Dumb and Dumber said, watch her back.
You have somewhat of a reputation.
She saw pattern. She wasn't even here. At this point, the same thing has been said about 50 times, and we all ruined another Irish meal. So.
All right, so the back and forth between Danielle and Rachel and the whole rat thing. First of all, can I just say, they were sitting at that table having a nice morning, and Rachel had just mentioned that she enjoyed her time with Danielle, and there goes Melissa and Jennifer filling her in on being called a rat. Why though? You know what I mean? It's as if Melissa, she's the one who kicked the conversation off. She just couldn't allow it. We're having too much fun here, laughing and joking and having this good breakfast. Besides the pudding. But Melissa couldn't allow it. Are you kidding me? So they have to go back and forth, back and forth. Now listen, I'm tired. There's so many double standards happening around here. Margaret doing all that screaming and yelling, which by the way, why are you in this conversation? Sit your ass there and be quiet, trout mouth. I am sick of this. Why are you involved? She is yelling at Danielle across the table about talking about people behind their back as if that is not all Marge does. Then she's going back and forth about judging her when she's only been nice to you. I've only been nice to you. You have only seen me be nice to you. Girl, that's a damn lie. Every episode we see you scream at this woman and tell her how bougie she is, and she's an airhead, and she's this and that. We seen you and Jackie talk shit about her. We watch you every episode try to drag the dog shit out of Teresa, Jennifer, and Danielle. As a matter of fact, that has become your storyline this season. Teresa, Jennifer, and Danielle. We have seen Jackie sit there and talk countless shit about Danielle because that's all she can talk about as well. And then you and Rachel want to sit there and say that Danielle has formed her opinion about Marge based on what other people said. Rachel, you absolutely formed your opinion on Marge, Teresa, and Jennifer off of what other people said. And not only that, you tried to say that Danielle told Marge everything that Teresa and Jennifer said. Wait a second. You told them everything first. And then when Danielle got to the baseball thing, Marge stepped to Danielle about it. So what was she supposed to do? Act as if she hadn't heard anything and that all of it was a complete lie? She spoke to the conversation that Marge was asking her about. And for Marge to make that stupid comment about she didn't see anything, she wasn't even there. No, she wasn't there, but she saw you on TV. Just the same way Rachel saw you on TV, and people know you for your works. Okay, we have seen you every season act the fool. We have seen you every season pull up people's information and put it out there. We also seen recently on the blogs that you went out of your way to go find one of Teresa and the girls' pizza ovens so that you could possibly bring it up or bring it to the reunion that was filmed yesterday. So we do know that you like to talk a lot of shit and you like to dig up people's information. We also heard you on your confessional when you were talking about possibly reaching out to Danielle's brother and sister-in-law. Okay, people know you for your works. Also with that comment about she's judging you and she wasn't even there, didn't Rachel at the photo shoot judge Jennifer too? When she told Jennifer that she was being a hypocrite because of the way she treated Marge. That was last season and Rachel wasn't there. So she got her information from the show and from you and Melissa, most likely. Everything that Rachel is saying Danielle is, she actually is. Rachel, everything that you are pissed off at Danielle about, you are doing the same shit. And Danielle, I'm telling you right now, I like you. I think you're sweet. I think you might be too damn sweet and too sensitive for this program. You're too damn sweet and sensitive for this girl group because we see next week's episode you run out crying. You have ran out. That'll be a total of 3 times now. You are always a confessional gangster and you are real gangster when you're talking to Teresa and Jennifer, but I don't see any of that when you're talking to Marge and Rachel. And if you can't give it to them girls and shut them the hell down, I don't know what's going to happen here. I do appreciate that Dolores jumped in and said, could you guys be quiet and allow Danielle to talk? Because they never let her get a point out. Marge is always talking down to her and trying to make her seem like she's illiterate and impersonating her accent as if Marge's accent is any better. Get the hell out of here. And I just want to say, yes, somebody said you were a rat. The girls on this show, they get really bent out of shape if somebody calls them a rat. But nobody flinched when Marge called Jennifer a disheveled drug addict. Nobody flinches when they call each other all kinds of other crap. But as soon as the word rat came out, everybody was, I mean, are you kidding me? None of you are mob wives. This is ridiculous. And Rachel, if it looks like a rat, it's a rat. You walk around picking up tidbits of conversation for people and then you carry it around and drop the information off. It's all, same, rats carry around cheese. Cut the shit. So far, you guys, this season has not really wowed me. So can I say that when Danielle had those conversations with Rachel, Rachel brought the conversation up. And they were just sitting there talking like two girlfriends or two girls trying to get to know each other. And remember, Danielle said she did not know that Rachel was going to go back and tell this information to Marge. I think that that was Rachel's plan all along. She knew that she was going to go back and gossip about this, but when she went back and talked to Marge, she acted as if she was just a witness in this conversation and that Danielle was doing all the talking. And she repeated everything Danielle said, but she never repeated anything she said. Now, Jim Fessler, honey, on the bus on their way out to shop and have a little lunch, I said, she's sharing her life story, honey. She is trying to become full-time. Now, listen, she says that her and her husband, during their 7th year of marriage, he got the 7-year itch and went out and got him a little piece of the action. She said that she couldn't get over it, so they broke up, they separated, and she went out and got her a little piece of the action. So both of them had a little action on the side, but they missed each other so much they got back together. And that's the end, because we don't know her or like her like that. Teresa says that infidelity is a deal breaker for her. That must be a recent development, because she didn't have any problems being with Joe when Joe was clearly a cheater. I'm just saying. Dolores informed us that when Frank cheated on her, she was willing to sweep it under the rug as long as he promised that he could be faithful going forward. And she said he told her he could not. So that is why they got a divorce. I said, well, shit. I mean, at least he didn't lie. But I think deep in my heart, I don't know, that might have hurt me more than the cheating. I'm willing to stay with you. I'm willing to stay a family with you and our kids if you promise to remain faithful going forward. I'm willing to forgive you and not whoop your ass. I'm willing to forgive you and not bring this shit up every 5 minutes. I'm willing to forgive you and not poison Dana. But no, he said no, he couldn't. I mean, okay. Okay, listen, I appreciate the honesty, but damn, that would have cracked me in the head a little bit. You know what I mean? Yikes. Teresa said that once she got out of jail and her mom passed away, she was done with Joe. And I saw that. Because she, of course, went to jail off of the back of some BS that Joe did. In my opinion, I don't think Teresa knew anything about what Joe was doing. In my opinion, I think Joe took care of all their family business, said sign here, sign there, and she did it. I personally am not that person. I cannot be that type of person. Even when I am married to someone, you are not going to slide me anything and ask me to sign it for you. I cannot do that. Okay, I need to read this. And if it's a legal document, I need a lawyer, even if you are my husband. I love you, buddy, but I don't want to go to jail. I'm not fit for jail. I'm just saying. Anyway, she said that when she got out of jail, then he went to jail. And she knew that she was done, but she was trying to wait until he got deported when she got a chance to see him. She said she told herself, once I see him, I'll see how I feel and I'll know. Well, honey, we all watched that episode or two, and we knew as soon as she seen that man, she was done. Okay, and I don't blame her. I really don't. I am not about to lose 11 months with my children and be in jail with all these women who could possibly kill me or whoop my ass at the very least over some bullshit that you did, and then have to come home, bust my hump for 4 years, paying off the house, taking care of these kids, writing books, selling wine, whooping ass on reality TV to take care of this family because of some crap you did. You damn right. You are deported and I am divorced. I'm just saying.
Teresa, are your kids and Melissa's kids close? Like all of them?
Well, they were, and then Antonia didn't come like to...
Are you gonna blame Antonia for something right now?
Melissa, I celebrated her. I wish she would have celebrated me.
She had a cheer competition.
Your daughter gets done with a competition. She could have made the Sweet 16 for 1 hour.
She would have, but she was like in Pennsylvania. You be that aunt? I'm not gonna be that aunt.
I just want them to stay close. That's what, to me, that's the most important thing.
Of course. It would help if I was in your wedding and you showed an example of what closeness is. So you're not helping the situation.
Ditto. Oh, pineapple. How much is this?
It's only going to be 80 euro.
How much is 80 euros in English?
I'm not going to tell Teresa that I told you because it's just better that I don't get Teresa involved in any kind of that has to do with her family.
Goblin City. Is that Dublin? Goblin.
No, Gotham.
Is that Batman I'm thinking of?
I don't know. First of all, Batman's from Gotham City, which is New York. Like, one thing that her and Teresa have in common. not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Paul talks about having a 4-day event.
Really? Yeah, that was Louis. Louis wanted to have rehearsal dinner, wedding, and brunch.
This is an event, Teresa, I know.
I'm not sure, like, we belong at the wedding.
You know her goal is to push us to not go, so we look bad. You know that, right?
I don't know.
I called you a rat because you were a rat. That's all. I call a spade a spade.
You are letting other people influence how you feel.
You're wrong. Come on.
These people are having a candlelight dinner over there.
I was judging you based on how I think.
Based on what other people said.
I don't
Calls me
speak
a
about
drug
you.
addict.
The way that was a little harsh, I do apologize for that.
Okay.
That I'm
You know, like,
apologizing.
Okay.
That was harsh.
Do you see how you're duplicitous? Do you even know what that means?
Well, do you?
How about booger wolf? You know what that means?
No.
That's what you are, a booger wolf.
What's a booger wolf?
Very ugly person.
Oh, I'm horrible. Hideous.
Not aesthetically.
Something
Very
or
ugly person.
someone who is very nasty.
Very nasty. Yes.
All right, so they're on this bus and Rachel asked Teresa about the kids. And I said, you know what? Is this something that production did? Did production put the battery in your back to ask Teresa this question? You know, Melissa later on said that if Rachel had asked her, she would not have taken the same route as Teresa. Well, you are not Teresa. And two, if Rachel had asked you, it wouldn't have gotten the same effect. So that's why she didn't ask you. She purposely asked Teresa because she wanted to see what the hell was going to happen. Teresa doesn't always speak properly. Her words don't match up to what she's thinking in her head. We all know that. God love her. Anyway, I think that she should have left Antonia the hell out of this. I really do. Am I team Melissa? Not really. But do I understand? Absolutely. I do not think she should have brought up Antonia. When Rachel asked her if the kids were well, if the kids are close, Teresa should have said, yes, the kids are really close. They are not affected by the situation that's going on between us right now, and left it at that. If the kids have been affected, if you are upset regarding Antonia not showing up for Melania's Sweet 16, that is a conversation that you should have had with Melissa and Joe off the show. If you wanted to have that conversation on the show, it should have just been between you and Melissa and Joe, or you and Melissa. I don't think it needed to be shared at that very moment. However, Melissa acting as if she's this innocent woman, girl, shut the hell up. We have seen you and Joe talk about Teresa's girls multiple times. We have seen you and Joe, when Teresa's girls were little, act the hell out in front of them girls. Like, shut up about this. You know, there was some blogger online who proved that Melissa allegedly was lying when she said that Antonio was in Pennsylvania or somewhere for this cheer competition. They found that that particular cheer competition on that particular day was right there in New Jersey. So, you know, I don't know why Antonia didn't come. Jackie making that dumb comment, I only mentioned Gia's name, and Teresa freaked out. Jackie, okay. Shut the hell up. Teresa didn't know what an analogy was, but it was a little more than just mentioning Gia's name. You made the assumption that Gia was doing coke. That's a little different. That's a lot different than just saying Gia's name. Please get rid of Jackie Mellencamp ASAP. Also, Melissa made this comment talking about, you be that aunt. I'm not going to be that aunt. I'm not going to bring up the kids. The kids are off limits. Well, we saw you talking about the kids at that reunion. I think it was the last reunion that Caroline was on the show. And you said you didn't want your kids hanging out with Teresa's kids. You thought Teresa's kids was going to bully your kids. You didn't even want them going to the same school. I don't understand that, because every time that we had seen your children with Teresa's kids, they were all so lovey and happy to see each other and hugs all around. I don't know what the hell is going on behind the scenes, but this is just a bit too much. Not to mention, Joe and Melissa are always talking about the kids in the confessionals. It was just too much. I do think that Teresa shouldn't have brought it up. Also, did anybody hear that comment Melissa made? If you wanted us to be a family, she would have been in the wedding. I said, Lord, Are we back to this wedding again? I mean, to me, it seems that this lady really wanted to be in this wedding. And I don't think she wanted to be in the wedding for the right reasons. She wanted to be in this wedding because this is going to be one of those once in a lifetime situations. All the different Bravo celebrities was going to be there, and it was going to be a major event, and she wanted to be a part. So she's brokenhearted about it. You don't even like Teresa. And by the way, did anybody see that babbling video of Louis crying online earlier this week?
What is Louis talking about?
I was a lost soul. You know, I'm in this parking lot right now. I'm walking into this building, Rulala, which is right behind me. And it's like, why is it called Ruella? It's a joke. You know, nobody knows that.
What?
And Mike, you know, my last name is Ruella.
Are you the owner? Wait, do you own Rulala?
All these amazing things I've done, you know, like crazy shit, dude. That like, all of it together does not amount to what you're doing to me.
I didn't do anything.
And what you're allowing me to have with you, you know, like.
Who are you talking to?
So special.
Where's Teresa?
So people wake up today and feel like I lost $500 million yesterday. And I didn't feel it anywhere in my body. I didn't feel it anywhere in my body.
I would feel that. What's going on, Louis?
Something's wrong with that man. Something is wrong with him. He is unstable as hell. And I hope Andy Cohen brings that up at the reunion. What is wrong with Louis? Now, Teresa at the store, it's a pineapple. Okay, we have heard pineapple at least 4 times in the last 2 episodes. Grow up, move on. We've heard about it. We know about it. It's old and we're tired. And then the lady told her it was 80 euros. And she said, how much is that in English? I can't. The girl, is that brain on? How much is it in English? Oh, gosh. I wanted one of the girls to just walk over to her and look her in the face and say, you wanted to know how much that is in US dollars? English. Jeez. I would have to shake her a bit. It's US dollars. Danielle was talking to Jennifer, and she based the comment that she is not going to tell anybody what Jennifer told her, because Jennifer makes the point in letting her know that she has not told Teresa that she told Danielle. And I said, well, Danielle, listen, here's a piece of cheese, because you're about to be a rat next episode by sharing this information with Melissa that you just told Jennifer you weren't going to share. I'm just saying. Now, Melissa making that comment about gargoyles, and Marge says something about Gotham City is in New York. But, you know, I don't know a lot about Batman, but I don't think Gotham City is in New York either, Marge. And then she made that comment about Teresa and Melissa not being the sharpest tool in the shed. Now, she says that at least once every season about Melissa and Teresa. Why do they keep dealing with her? You are not going to call me dumb and stupid too many times before I really just unleash on your ass. Like, I don't like Marge. I need her to be demoted, fired, or, you know, put on pause. I'm tired of her. When they talk about Dolores's wedding, I really hope the best for Dolores. I hope that Paulie asks her to marry him. I hope that they have the whole fairy tale wedding. And I just want her to have the happiest future. Dolores deserves a little love and happiness. She's put up with Frank for all this time. She deserves a little love and happiness. She truly does. You know, Melissa's face looked broke as hell when Teresa started talking about the big event that her wedding's going to be, the wedding, the rehearsal dinner, the wedding, the day after brunch. Melissa just looked devastated. Her face almost looked green with envy because she's not invited. She's not going to be at the rehearsal dinner or that brunch after for the bridal party. Oh, well, she's about to sit here at this table and become the victim. I can't believe she brought up Antonia. Girl, stop it. It's not that serious. It really isn't. So I'm going to post it here and you guys can put it on pause and read it. But supposedly, Teresa and Louis had already confronted Joe about the rumors that Marge told her BFF that Melissa was cheating. This was all brought out before the show started filming off camera, and they knew about this. So the big blow up that's gonna come after this is so crazy to me, because if you already knew And then Teresa didn't know about it. She didn't bring it on to the show. She never said it. Jennifer is the one who brought the information out there. So if they end up getting into this big fight and then having the final breakup of their family, that has nothing to do with Teresa. That has everything to do with the fact that you two idiots already knew about it and you could have got in front of it if you'd have just brought it out on the show yourself. Or the fact that Jennifer went and spread it to Danielle and then Danielle spread it to you on the show. That is the problem, not Teresa this time. Teresa and Louis brought it to both of them off camera. Now, when Joe and Melissa are on the phone and then all of a sudden she says something about maybe they shouldn't go to this wedding, it sounds like to me that they're planning that out. It sounded like a situation that she was setting up. Maybe we just don't belong at that wedding. They want to be the victim every single time. And why would you say maybe we shouldn't go to the wedding of his sister, his one and only sister? They are planning this. Now, them at this restaurant, and here we go through the rat conversation again. It was just ridiculous. It was embarrassing. It was uncomfortable to watch. All those beautiful people of Ireland trying to sit down and have a good dinner, have a little blood pudding, you know, enjoying their evening and can't have a nice drink in silence. They got to hear all the New Jersey, Staten Island screaming and hollering, regurgitated shit that had been said earlier. I can't. It's so damn embarrassing. And you can see that Dolores was absolutely embarrassed and appalled. This is Paulie's town where he grew up. This is embarrassing. I mean, it really was. It was quite pathetic. Marge did apologize to Jennifer for calling her a disheveled drug addict. She says she's sorry for the drug addict part, but not for the disheveled. Then when Jennifer called her a booger wolf, I said, oh gosh, I Googled that last week because I needed to know. And it said it was an ugly, nasty person. And I said, well, shit. If it looks like a booger wolf, talks like a booger wolf, and acts like a booger wolf, it's Marge. Anyway, peeps, I'm done. I'm tired. New Jersey has really just disappointed me. These women act like 6-year-olds. Anyway, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.